Hi viewers, welcome to another interesting section. This is CECD Enterprise TV and my name is Kenneth Enoruwa. I work for Value Plus One Consulting and Co. Benin City. We're a financial and management consultancy firm helping small businesses and entrepreneurs upscale. Partnering with CECDC has been very interesting, and I can testify that you also have benefited from the content from this channel. So in the past few weeks, we've been looking at fundamental practices every entrepreneur startup should impart. We've looked at the need for bookkeeping, we've looked at the need for waiting, watching, and working while being patient. We looked at managing working capital effectively. We looked at the role of networking and useful partnerships. So many things. We looked at so many things in the past. So we want to now look at the last segment. As far as fundamental practices are concerned. So in this series, we look at two key action points every startup should apply in this segment. And number one in this segment will be learning how to assess or measure performance. In the corporate world, we eliminate assumptions. We don't conclude assumptions. You don't run your business based on assumptions. You don't assume that things will go well without putting certain metrics in place. The need for measurement, assessment can never be overlooked. One of the key mistakes startups make is that they run their business according to chance. The Bible did say time and chance are put to them all. But in business, you need to be deliberate. You need to be deliberate. By that I mean you need to be strategic. Otherwise, chance will not happen to your business. So, how should we be strategic as far as performance measurement is concerned? It is highly recommended that no matter the business you do, you should have some time in the year, maybe weekly, monthly, quarterly, or biannually. You should assess your business model. You ask yourself basic questions. Is this business concept ideal? Am I making it? Am I penetrating the market enough? What is the customer experience model? Are my customers feeling my product? Is my services getting the required numbers? Generally, what's customers' experience? During interfacing with your service and products, what do customers say about you? Assessing this feedback have a long way to determine the future of it. You should also look at your sales for the period. You need to align your sales to your inputs. Understand the trend. Carry out a trend analysis to know how things are moving. What's the overall strategy of your business? By the way, is it working? Are you crawling or you are running? Are you flying? Is a strategy working? Many a time, we don't even create time to review activities. You should create time to ask yourself, what that scripture says. As Christians, a believer should examine itself. Examine thyself, whether you still be in faith. For scriptures further advise that we should take heed lest we fall. In the corporate world, that also applies. After setting up a business, you have understood the business, you've done a value proposition, you know that this product, this idea can sell. You have identified the competitors on the market. You know exactly what is going to happen. You are already now a startup and you are moving. It's a journey. You can't continually be on the road without applying your brake, without activating your brake system or using your side mirror to see what's happening behind. Sometimes you will need to pull over to probably refill, get more gas. Depending on how long that journey is, at some point you might need to pull over and rest. Even the driver, you need to rest. You need to ask yourself, how has this journey been? Why do people celebrate anniversary? Anniversaries are not just for fun, also they are for reflection. So as a startup, you should have some time to reflect. Many businesses don't do this. When you reflect, maybe once in a month, ask yourself, what have I done this month? Where did I go wrong? What should I have done better? What have I learned? When you ask yourself these questions, you come out better prepared for the subsequent months. It is useful in our everyday life. We don't run our lives every day without asking ourselves, how did I perform yesterday? Generally, as a rule, it is recommended that before a man sleeps at the end of the day, he should ask himself how he spent the day. Reviewing the day's activity puts you in a better position to be prepared for tomorrow's adventure. If you live your life to chance and assume that what will be, you are unable to take advantage of opportunities. You are unable to take full control of the next day. You are unable to tap opportunities around your environment. So as a startup, it is very important to assess your operations. A periodic assessment is critical to sustaining the business. And this must be done genuinely. If you have done poorly, tell yourself I've done poorly. If you have applied wrong in-use, make appropriate corrections. And in the next month, make amends those errors. A genuine assessment is key. Sometimes it is better to get an independent view of your operations. You see the importance of having useful partnerships and building networks. Sometimes invite someone to come and assess your performance. Sometimes get an auditor to check your processes for you. Sometimes get partners to come and assess your systems. No man succeeds in isolation. We've established that previous series. Whether monthly, quarterly, annually, entrepreneurs and other businesses must take review seriously. Have a performance measurement entries. What is your customer experience model like? What is your sales telling you? Do you have adequate technology in place to remain relevant in the next decade? When you ask yourself this question genuinely, you are able to prepare yourself for the future. You should check whether the business concept is even working. When an Igbo tells you change line, tells you work for a while, he had to change line. He's telling you he discovered the business or the idea wasn't working. Because he was continuing business, he had to diversify and change line totally. So you see, reviewing and assessing performance is very critical to sustain the business. Sustainability is just beyond environment. It's beyond having enough money to buy stock. It's beyond having enough capital to store up a shop. You should be concerned about what is happening every day. How are your staff contributing to output? Are your machines or equipment optimally utilized? Are your customers satisfied? So when you genuinely assess your performance, you are able to see areas of variations from expectations, and you are putting adequate measures in place to correct them. Finally, let's look at the number 10 practice that every startup businesses, organizations, entrepreneurs should apply to remain healthy. The environment you operate, you must have full knowledge of your environment. Number 10 fundamental practice today is identify competition. When you come into a business, you operate in an environment. Don't ignore your environment. If your business is located in a commercial area or is located in an office, you should know what is happening in that environment. Your operating environment is another critical determinant of the success of your business. For instance, the activities of your competitors drastically and directly affect your performance. True or false? Yes. Every day your competitors are thinking, researching how to overthrow you, how to throw you off balance, how to push you out of the equation. You have so much ahead of you are competing with. Remember, you are just a startup trying to survive. You are just a small business looking up to bigger ones. So, in that environment you operate, that locality where you are, the industry you operate, you must understand what is happening around. Keep an eye on the industry. Know what is trending in the industry. Know what your consumers, your customers, your buyers, know what they want. Whatever you are selling, know how to package it in a way the buyers will accept it and accept it and accept it over and over again. I tell you the truth, you might continue to enjoy patronage now and you find no reason to upscale or revise. Your customers will leave you the moment they find a substitute. So if you think competition is not key, it's not a threat, then the moment your customers find a substitute, they throw you off. You lose them the moment they discover a substitute. They can continue to manage you, manage your products, manage your staff, plus their excesses and inefficiencies and deficiencies when there is no substitute. But the moment the competition arrives, your customers leave you unannounced. You will be left alone. So keep an eye on the industry. Know what is trending in the environment. Know what your consumers and customers are saying. And before they complain, deliver, satisfy their request. It's a three-way game actually. As the competition continues, three things play out. The number 4 we don't even consider, which is closing your shop, going bankrupt and insolvent. So we don't even consider number 4. So the three-way game is this. When competition continues, you are either bench raising. Meaning, a bench raise is more like a regular raise where you find the first person is far ahead of you and you are running to catch up. You know, in a race, when the first person is far away, the last person already agrees that I can never meet up. But in a race, when the first reach the finish mark or meet finish point, the last person will at some point also reach that finish point. So the person is only running the race, but it's not ever going to become first. Also, as a startup, there are some companies already ahead of you that you can never or you will never catch up with. So what you are just doing in that competition is you are deploying a bench raising model. You see, as far as this race is concerned, when they are mentioning the teams participating, I don't want to be number one. I may not have the resources to become number one. But as far as this race is concerned, when they are mentioning teams, businesses partaking in this race, my name will be mentioned. If you put yourself in that category, what you are doing is you are bench racing. You already accepted from the beginning that you will never become one of the biggest. However, when names are mentioned, your brand will be mentioned as well.